Ladies, gentlemen, welcome. Channel 7 News. Mark Pires live from downtown Fairfield, Connecticut. It's cold out. Here's a cold one this morning. I'm here dealing with the snow. We got a lot of it here. The national weather forecast for Connecticut is somewhere around 6 to 10 inches right now. I think we're dealing with it. Right? I woke up to it and I had to shovel out in order to come out here to do this report for you. Live streets, Fairfield, Connecticut. Just a little toasty. I think I'm gonna put on my heater. Jacket has a heater. There we go. You know, people often ask me, how's that heater work, Mark? Not very good. You know, if it's sort of cool and then you put it on, it works. But when it's cold out, it's actually colder when you put it on than when you started. But I gotta give it a shot, right? How's everybody doing out there? Channel 7 News, Mark Pires, the Mark Inspires channel. We're here, got people driving by, doing a broadcast here, and they all want to be a part of it. That guy's slowing down. He wants to see if he could be in the shot. You know, look, when you're here, Channel 7 News, everybody wants to be a part of the broadcast. So where are you tuning in from? We're here in also Parsippany, which is the network here in Fairfield. Parsippany is a very small village right outside of Fairfield, Connecticut. And some people are trying to figure out how they can log in to the live stream feed at Parsippany News. You're gonna have to look that one up. You have to figure out how to spell Parsippany first. And when you do it, then you're in a good spot. But we're here, Channel 7 News. I got Joanne in the background wheezing. At least on TikTok. Here on YouTube, she's back in the studio, but you can still hear her. That's the thing that's crazy about it. But we're gonna quickly go through the weather here in Fairfield, Parsippany, and then also I wanna hear from you. What's the weather like in your neck of the woods? Yeah, I gotta say, this heater's actually doing a pretty good job. Joanne! I'm not sure if she could hear me, but I could hear her. Guys, I also, luckily, I've got Matt Zabrowski. He joined me here on the streets of Parsippany in order to give you a woohoo. This guy keeps driving by. You know, I think he really wants to be in the shot. Look, I get it. Channel 7 News, when you're here and you're dropping the weather knowledge, you know, for the community, Parsippany, they're all coming down and they all want to know, what's the weather going to be like? How much snow are we getting here in Parsippany? Guys, I'm gonna go through it right now. We're just waiting for a woohoo from Matt Zabrowski, and then we'll get into it, you know? I gotta tell you, this jacket's doing a pretty good job. It's cold out here. You see all the smoke, carbon dioxide. Look at that. But the jacket, it's toasting. It's a toasty jacket. Hold on a second. Just gotta zipper it up. When you're out here and you're doing it, the news story for Channel 7 News, Parsippany, and you don't zip up, you know, that's just Matt Zabrowski, guys. I gotta point to him. He's there, DJing it. Zabrowski. You know, you come out to do a Channel 7 News story, and Matt Zabrowski hits you with a woohoo. This guy, back again? Back again? Why don't you do another loop? You know, you do another loop. I'll be here afterwards, still doing the Channel 7 News Parsippany weather report. It's 33 degrees here in Parsippany. We've got 74 inches of snow. They just kind of pushed it all aside so we could do the news report today, which I appreciate. When Mark Pires comes out to do the Channel 7 News report and you make room for him, you know, we appreciate that here because I'm trying to give you the information. What's happening out here? Snowflakes. I was rolling up a couple of snowballs. I hit a guy who was going by. I'm thinking about hitting that. If that guy comes back for another spin, slowing down as he comes by to check out what we're doing here, Channel 7 News, I may hit him with a snowball. You know, I'm thinking about it. So guys, we're here, of course, snow report, Noreaster 2024. We figured we'd come out and do the broadcast live from the streets today. Look at this guy. He's coming. Hold on a second. I'm getting a snowball to throw it at this freaking guy. What are you gotta come in? You coming back again? I'm snowballing you next time. Guys, the BeatSeat. This show is sponsored by the BeatSeat, the only drum in the world for guitar players. Chattel Savadus, Pipskippity, we are sponsored by the BeatSeat. I'm not sure if you knew that, but now you know. And this is the BeatSeat right here. You can order one at beatseat.rocks. But they get a little cold here on the streets, so we're putting them back behind the green screen. So anyway, we're here, you're there. I want to say thank you for being here with me on my Chattel Savadus News Report. Today, Noreaster 2024. And yeah, I guess that's basically it. It's snowing, it's 33 degrees, it's cold. It's probably, hold on, let me just check. It may be a little lower than 33 at this point. It's 34 degrees, it went up a degree. That means we're starting to see a little bit of melt. Not really, it's still coming down, so. I would say this is meteorologist Mark coming at you right now, Chattel Savadus. I would say based on the fact that we have 6+ inches of snow already, even though it's 34 degrees, the snow itself is acting colder than 34 because of the compression effect. This guy's back with another drive-by. Yeah, you want a snowball? You want a snowball? You know. Channel 7 News, we have stalkers here. Mark Pires, Channel 7 News, we have stalkers on the scene here trying to be a part of the newscast, trying to be a part of the weather report. Look, I'll bring you on. I'll bring you on. I want to hear about your commute today. How did you get out of the house? Did you shovel out? Were you shoveling it? Did you have a plow guy? You need it today. You need a plow guy, or you're going to go out and you're going to turn into Luke Ferrigno. You know, you're out there jacked up after you turn into the Hulk. You're pissed off because you should have gotten a plow guy, you know? But I digress. Look, you know, people are still scooting around here in Pipskippity. They're on their way to the store, going to see if they can stock up. Who knows how long this is going to last? Some people say it could last the rest of the decade. Right now, we're trying to figure it out, you know? Like, weather's weird these days. The warming effect. And we could be dealing with a long-termer here. This guy's back. I'm going to throw my microphone at you. I'm thinking about it. No, let me slow down and see what you're doing. I'm doing news report, Channel 7 News. Pipskippity. You know, Pipskippity won an Emmy last year. They did not recognize Mark Pires for his, you know, award-worthy newscasts. But Pipskippity was, you know, recognized for the Emmy. This year we got our eyes on Emmy. We think this report here today, Channel 7 News, the Noreaster 2024, it could potentially be award-worthy, you know? We'll find out when the Emmys review the footage and they see how well we got it. We nailed it. Most meteorologists, they're like 23%. You're crap, you know? But Channel 7 News, Mark Pires, you know, we kind of, you know, we're all over the range, really. A couple times I was down around 18%, you know, on my meteorology. But recently, I'm up there, yeah, 29-ish, 29%. When you get to 29%, and as a meteorologist, there's awards coming your way. You know, you're almost in the hall, you know, if you think about it. This guy, he's back again. I'm going to throw down. I'm going to throw down. Joanne, I dropped my microphone. Yeah, Joanne. Gosh almighty, guys, you know, she's back there somewhere. I can't, you know. Joanne. Was that you? Because that wasn't me. I'm pretty sure it was you. Joanne, I guess I'm picking up the microphone now. Is my job also picking up microphones when they drop? Channel Savadus. I'm sorry? Yeah, no, I'll do the outro now. Fine, we got to get to the news. You know, we have breaking news coming at you, comedy news. Not really sure what yet. We scroll the news here, Channel 7. And we make the news. We make it happen. So I guess I'll do the outro. We have to have an outro to the show, so give me 1 second here. Channel 7 News, Mark Pires, we're back, Pipskippity. And you see this guy, he's doing a slowdown. He's doing a drive-by. I'm wondering if Eazy-E's back. He's coming out of the back seat, you know, and I'm just here trying to do a news story, trying to tell you guys about the snow. So remember what we said today, 34 degrees. We should see a warmer stretch couple, and the snow will start to evaporate, you know, and we're going to see permafrost as well. You know, sometimes that happens. Oh, goodness. You know, when Channel 7 News calls me in, and then I got to get, the terminology out for you, and we're going straight into the textbook on this one. There is an oblique spheroid effect coming out of the Schnacknivenravern, and when you see it, the snow will wind up accumulating. You see, there's a lot of things you have to unwrap there. I would unpack it for you, but I just don't think you can, stick with me when you go to school for it. And they teach you about this Schnacknivenravern, and that you bring into it. Pipskippity, Emmy. We're thinking Emmy this year, but I want to thank you for joining me here on the streets of Pipskippity so we can bring you this news report. This freaking guy, he's back again. Do you want to be on? Why don't you put the window down next time you do a roll around? And just be like, hey, my name's Tom. What you doing there? I'm doing Channel 7 News Report. Pipsnippity. It's times like this you wonder if Tom's going to stop. Is he going to wonder, hey, what are you doing over there, buddy? I see you got the heated jacket on. How's that work? It's crap. I don't even feel it working right now. It's freezing. They're like, why don't you wear the heated jacket? The heated jacket, the crap one? I'm doing it, I don't even think it's working. I feel icicles inside right now. Is it the opposite? I think it's the opposite of a heated jacket. I got an opposite effect for my heated jacket. Your heated jacket may work. Mine, icicles on the inside. That being said, you should, yeah, I wouldn't get it. It's just, it doesn't really do the job. I'm freezing out here, accumulating snow, the icicle effect from my jacket. Anyway, we're going back to the news studio. The guy, he's back. Joanne, I'm throwing down. I'm throwing down. Friggin' guy keeps coming back. He wants more. We're going back to the studio. We got to do it. Joanne, back to the studio it is. There we go. Sometimes when you're in it, you're in it. Okay. Channel 7 News, Pipsknippity. And when you're there doing it and you're giving the knowledge, so to speak, it's just a good time. It's just a good time. How's everybody doing out there? Good to see you. I'm just being an idiot, as per usual. Oh my God, yeah, Austin, my brother, came on over here on Facebook. Good to see you, pal. Yeah, guys, we're here again. I'm going to shut off the heating jacket because it actually does work. We make comedy out of things. My heat jacket caught on fire. No, Tim, no, I hope that's not true. These things run off of a battery, which I got to say, I had this idea myself about 20 years ago. And I didn't do anything about it. And of course, if you don't do things about it, someone's going to bring it out. But this is the freaking battery you got to keep inside of the heated jacket. Now, my thought process originally was like a belt worth of AA batteries that you'd have at the bottom to keep the weight down on the jacket, and they kind of are just locked in. This is ridiculous. This doubles as a weapon. Doubles as a weapon. I could hurl this at someone and knock them out. I got a pretty good arm still. Through 70 the other day. I think it was faster than that, but what are you going to do? We actually just got a pocket radar because my son and I went to the cages and we're working on pitches because he's a pitcher and he's got baseball season coming up. And I was a pitcher. So we're working on a few pitches. Like my favorite pitch was the knuckleball. Nobody throws a knuckleball anymore, but I loved the knuckleball because nobody expected it because no one throws a knuckleball. So I was a 16-year-old kid throwing knuckleballs, and I've always been doing things different, I realize, when I look back. But I want my son to master the knuckleball before the tryout. So we've been working on that. And there's this thing called hit tracks. Now, the cage isn't 60 feet. It's like, I don't even know. So we're trying to figure out the speed. And it's giving us readings that look decent, But there's a guy, he goes, dude, that looks like you're throwing 90. And I was like, I'm not throwing 90. And he's like, no, but you're definitely throwing harder than 70. And so we're going to see. We got the pocket radar. We're going to see next time we go there. I was pushing, though. I was pumping. I really was. I was feeling it. And it's interesting when you get back into throwing a ball again. It's really, I love throwing a baseball. It's a lot of fun. It's also a little weird because my kid throws the ball as hard as I do, and he's freaking 15, and he's a lefty, which is nasty. That thing comes in weird. When a lefty throws a ball at you at 70 miles an hour, you're like, what in the freaking heck? So I'm looking forward to seeing if we can, and here's the crazier thing. He's not even a man yet. Dude's still like growing. He's like a kid still, and he's throwing 70 maybe, at 67, 68. He threw a couple. I was like, damn, this kid's a monster. And I'm excited to see what he can do with that ball, because I didn't take it further than my passion allowed me to, but I never was big enough. I never was big enough. Even now, I'm 6 feet tall. I could never be, I mean, there's a chance, but as a pitcher, 6 feet, no, I'm sorry. You gotta be like 6'3" to 6'5" to be in the majors. And he's small right now, so let's see if he grows. But like I said, as a small kid, he's throwing like 67. I'm like, what in the freaking hell? This is a little weird. So anyway, we do have some news, I guess. I don't really know what's going on in the news today, but let's take a look together. That's what we do here. This is the Scroll the News, Mark Inspires channel, live 1,870 days in a row. Guys, we are just 30 days away from 1,900 days in a row. This is stupid crazy. Let's get the news on for you so together we can do it, We're doing it, Joanne. How do I find the window capture? Oh, here we go. No, not video capture, window capture. Window capture, there we go. I'll just put that, I guess. I don't really know. Oh yeah, there we go, that works. Let's just make it smaller. And squeeze. There we go. And now what we do is we're going to take this guy and bring him over here, but now we're going to make me much smaller, like that. Huh? Right? Maybe a little bigger. I don't like having to zoom in when I'm doing these news stories back. Just have it be big enough. You know what I mean? So that works right there. We are live. We're doing the news. Let's see what the heck is going on in the crazy world we live today. Hilly in the house, my brother. So good to see you guys. Please do me a favor. Subscribe to my brother Hilly. Hits you up with awesome conversation. And if you're looking for any scripture, it's my man. Sends you out a prayer every day. Awesome. I love Hilly. So here we are. We're in the news, guys. 10 things I hate about you. Star responds to cult leader rumors. What the freaking hell? He's a cult leader? Let's see. 90s heartthrob Andrew Keegan responds to rumors he was once a cult leader. Kind of like a badge of honor, he says. The 10 Things I Hate About You star insisted that his organization Full Circle was just a really cool community center where they did all kinds of weird things. Let's learn a little more. When is a religion not a religion? Perhaps when it's just a really cool community center, In the new podcast interview, 90s heartthrob and 10 Things I Hate About You star Andrew Keegan addressed rumors that he started a cult in the 2010s, and he said that it's not how he sees Full Circle, the spiritual organization he helped found a decade ago. I moved to Venice in my early 20s, and I just got really immersed in the culture and the community, Keegan said on a latest episode of Boy Meets World. Pod Meets World is the name of it, There was just this interesting kind of group of hippie types, if you will, and the bohemian Los Angeles neighborhood. There was this old Hare Krishna temple, and it was sitting there empty, and we were like, yo, why don't we just get some people together and start a cult, And so they did that. This is the guy. I don't even remember that dude. He looks like a creeper though, right? Those eyes, that dude's done some nasty, you know what I mean? When you look at those eyes right there, dead eyes. Oof. You only get those eyes when you've murdered. I think, I don't know. Probably he isn't a murderer. I'm just saying, maybe. I'm not, I don't know. Keegan, whose screen credits include Seventh Heaven and Camp Nowhere, said that reflecting on Full Circle experience is now just a little jarring. Looking back, it was insane. We started a cult. I was putting down thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. We opened it up and we spent 3 years, and we really did build an amazing group of a really great group. Full Circle folded in 2017 when people realized they were in a cult. And for all intents and purposes, it was really just a cool community center, guys. It wasn't a cult. It was before that people realized it was a cult, and then they were like, we're not culting it. And then they broke away from the cult. But until then, it was cult 100%, Now we're just calling it, a really cool community center. It was so cool that it folded in 2017. Most of the cool stuff folds in 2017, They're just like, let's call it quits. We don't want to have a cult anymore. The actor admitted that he didn't handle the media frenzy around Full Circle as well as he could have. The Vice article that published under the headline, "One of the stars of 10 Things I Hate About You Started a Religion," they came in and, I probably should have had a little more media training at the time and been like, guys, look, it's a cult. You guys are calling it a religion. It's a straight up cult. Jim Jones in it. We're all getting on a plane. Kool-Aid, Keegan, he's talking like Jim Jones. Guys, follow me, I'm God. All right, Jim Jones. Jim Jones Keegan, he actually changed his name formally to Jim Jones. Oh, now I remember him. I remember him as a total douche in the movie. Turned out to be one in real life, too, when he started a cult. Oh, goodness, However, he maintained that the organization was a positive force in the community. Culting can be a positive experience as well in the lives of those that were being manipulated and brainwashed. We really just got together and we did a Sunday thing, and every other day of the week they came and they paid homage to me in my noggin. Look at that nog. That thing, he's got a head of hair on him, right? That thing's ridiculous though, that head. Anyway, I don't know why I always make fun of heads. Barry Bonds and everybody's like a stupid head. Maggie, the dog, my dog Maggie, a dumb head. Anyway. I'm sure someone could look at my head and be like, you have a stupid head. It's so not large. Your head should be larger. It's stupid. You're right. It should be. It's not. Okay, so we did a Sunday thing. And we did, I think, almost 1,000 events in a 3-year period of time. That's pretty solid, guys. 1,000 years. 1,000 events. I could dig it. And it was actually really hard keeping a cult together. It was really beneficial to a lot of people. The ones that were like really brainwashed, those people had a really good time, during that period. I still hear about it now. People are like, oh, it was so great being a part of a cult, So it's kind of the opposite, I guess you would imagine, where you're like, people are really upset about being in a cult, and now they're like angry at me, and they're like, why would you do that? Why would you start a cult, Keegan? I just did it, I was like, look, there's a Hare Krishna building. I think we should cult it. Guys, what do you think? You want to do cult? Cult? Hands up. Who wants to start a cult with me, Keegan? I did 10 things you hate about you, or whatever. And that allows me to be a religious leader. Some say the religious leader. Anybody? Cult? You're good? Okay, I got one for cult. Anybody else in for culting it? You're good too, Rodney? Rodney's in too. We got 3 people here who are thinking cult. There's only one. Julie's the only one back there who's like, I don't know if we should start a cult. You know what, Julie? You're not invited anyway. You're stupid. We're starting a cult? You don't want to do a cult? Yeah, I don't want to do a cult. What the heck is wrong with you, Julie? We're all here culting it. We got to go in there and get people to bring all their life savings, give up their homes and their land to the cult. And you want to not do a cult? You want to just have people keep their things? Sometimes I wonder about you, Julie. Sometimes I wonder about you. Keegan explained that he thinks the group's name might have led to some misinterpretations, of the purposes. Like, we are a cult. They went with that one for a little while. Like right on the side of the building, it said, we are a cult. And when it had like arrows, it said, enter here. And people were coming in droves. Are you doing the cult? I saw a sign outside that you had a cult. And I've been looking for some sort of path here. And I'm thinking maybe if you can manipulate the academy and I could believe that Keegan is God with this head of hair right there, I think that would be good for my personal life going forward. I got a couple homes, got some cash in the bank. I'll sign it right over to Keegan if he can tell me God's blessing me. I just need a blessing from Keegan. Cult leader, number one. Guys, in 2015, Keegan sued TheExaminer.com, a parent company of Anschutz Entertainment, for reporting that he had been arrested when Full Circle was raided for unpermitted kumbuka sales. Kumbuka. He had claimed he wasn't present at the time of the raid. The case was ultimately dismissed. On the podcast, Keegan implied that he's amused by some of the claims that he'd been made about an organization. You know, I'm amused that my cult drew some ire. Why would anybody have a problem with my cult? You know, that's what Keegan was saying on the podcast. I don't know how anybody else that's being called a cult leader, you know, so it's kind of like a badge of honor. Keegan's proud of being a cult leader. David Koresh, I'm sure he was proud too before they gunned him down. You know, why didn't, Keegan get gunned down? What's that? Oh, because that head of hair? Yeah. Guys, it's a beautiful head of hair. He's got a nog, and they just decided they didn't want to ruin it. The head of hair is a little bit less now. Eyes, dead eyes, murderer. We don't know for sure. But he was a cult leader, and they probably did some sacrificial stuff. You have to imagine when you're the leader of Full Circle, the cult, that ran successfully as a cool community, club. It was a club, really, where you give up everything and you submit to the leader. This freaking guy. God almighty, buddy. You gotta get some eye work done. Maybe not murder, go back in time when you weren't a murderer, and then you had light in your eyes still. It's the death and the darkness in your eyes. That's the thing that's hard for me to see. I'm having a hard time on that one. How are you guys feeling about it, right? I mean, I'm trying to understand it, and I'm just seeing a lot of death there. How many people were sacrificed? Let's get to the bottom of it in your stupid cult, Jim Jones. Oh, I got the Kool-Aid. How many people drank the Kool-Aid, huh, Keegan? Well, before 10 things I hate about you, or after? I don't know, all. How many times have you been a murderer? That would help us understand those eyes, right? I see a lot of cocaina. Maine says, you're funny, Maine girl. You know what? That's actually a good point. I think he may just be racked out of his mind. All that extra cocaina that they brought. He had Scarface there. Okay, I told you, Keegan. You tell me where I bring my cocaina, okay? I do my tithing. I sow my cocaina to you, man, okay? You just take it down. You keep snorting that shit, okay? And we're gonna say, hey, Keegan, you help us to heaven, okay? You have a connection to God. Keegan does. He has the connection to God. Sometimes when Scarface is a part of it, there's death and there's a lot of cocaine involved. We're waiting for Manny to show up. He's coming back from the dead. Hey, Manolo. When Scarface starts calling for Manolo, I think you're right. Maine's right. Look at that. He's got that head, too. What the hell that means? Oh, goodness. Guys, if you're on TikTok and you want to see these stories, just head over to YouTube. The link is in the bio. It's a lot funnier when we do it that way, when you can see what I'm talking about instead of just hear me improvising comedy over a different background on TikTok. Oh, goodness. Inside Taylor and Travis's wild light at the 2024 Super Bowl after party. No freaking thanks. They banged it out. We know. I mean, well, let's talk about how they banged it out. Whatever, positions, all kinds of things. It was a night to remember, for Travis mostly. For her, she's probably still drunk from all that beer she was chugging on the sidelines. You remember she had the headache. I still haven't dropped that piece of content. It's on my phone. I'll try to get it out today. She had the headache, but he didn't give a crap. You're bringing it tonight, lady. I brought it. I got the Super Bowl win. Time for you to do the 1-2 Magoo. You know what that means. Usher marries Jennifer Gucci-Machiniru in Las Vegas during the Super Bowl weekend. Guys, Usher got married during the Super Bowl weekend. Good for him. Happy for him. Yeah. Right? He's singing it while he's getting down with her. Wedding nights. He did the Super Bowl, performed, got married, banged it out, newlywed banging. That's always an exciting one, right? What are we talking about? Oh, goodness. Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell's beloved Labrador steals the show in the Budweiser Super Bowl ad. I know you guys remember that one. Freaking, I don't remember seeing it. Samarkand's eternal city brings the ancient past to life. One of the oldest cities in Central Asia is a living monument of Uzbekistan's history. Look at that freaking ridiculous artwork. That is something. Navy wife surprises husband with newborn girl during airport reunion. It was magic in his eyes. This is the thing that bothers me most, is that we have all these amazing servicemen and women who are serving this country that is not doing right by us and sending all these amazing people off to wars that they should not be a part of and to fight in battles that no one should be a part of. Only a handful of leaders in the world control these battles, and there are battles they would never send their children into, and they send everybody else's children in. And this guy's baby, he's got to meet it at the airport and probably jump back on a plane and go and you know, boot camp or whatever he's part of. It's the tough part about this life of ours. We've got to continue to churn while all these amazing things are going on in our personal lives, or sometimes not amazing. Footage of a baby donkey interacting with his birth mother has people in tears. Those are usually pretty good stories. Swizz Beatz' reaction to wife Alicia Keys' flirty Super Bowl duet with Usher may surprise you. They're just putting on a show. Banged it out afterwards, you know, in between the wedding. Usher's getting married later in the night. He's got to sow his royal oats, so to speak, with Alicia. Let's see what Swizz Beatz had to say. Y'all talking about the wrong damn thing, the rapper producer wrote along with a photo of Keys and the piano sporting a sparkling red Dolce & Gabbana look with the train that billowed several yard lines, another with Usher, and a third showcasing her outfit. He did have his hand on her hiney butt for a little bit. I saw that, and I was like, are they like hanging out, or what are we talking about over here? Me and my work husband, she wrote, or somebody. Alicia Keys and Usher were electric during the super special appearance during his Super Bowl halftime show. Y'all don't see that amazing dress covering the entire stadium, her husband of more than one decade went on. Tonight's performance was nothing but amazing for two amazing giants, Swizz Beatz said, before congratulating Usher and my love, Alicia Keys. He congratulated her and him for doing a 1-2 Magoo after the performance. That was so good, Usher. Let's get into it. You're getting married in a couple hours. Sow those royal oats. You know, Swizz Beatz, he was down. He's like, look, you go put on the performance of your life tonight, Alicia. And I decided to do it. On stage, off stage, I'm getting into it. The Usher show, you know, and then you're getting married, whatever, to some stupid lady later. Like, you go do that, but let's get into it. Swizz is down. You saw his Instagram. He's like, oh, two amazing giants getting into it, you know. This song is a classic, he said of my boo, before wrapping his caption saying, we don't do negative vibes on this side, we make history. Go see Giants at Brooklyn Museum. It's open until July. Blessings. While Swizz said there was nothing to see here, Usher and Keys' performance provoked plenty of reactions online. Look at Swizz Beatz when he catches Usher in the parking lot. That's... Whoa. Nice. Let's see.
And it's finished.
Oh, there we go. There we go. It's my wife. You get my wife's name out of your mouth, right? Where's Will Smith when
In terms of...
Oh my goodness. It's just a silly, silly world, isn't it?
Top shot girl, people more than dirty one rock that way.
Wait, is that Beyonce?
Top shot girl, people more than dirty one rock that way.
Oh, I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to see that either. Look at.
Top shot girl, people more than dirty one rock that way.
I wouldn't want to see that either. I get it, Jay-Z. Even though you're Jay-Z, you got to deal with it. Let's see what the Simpsons did. Oh, nothing from the Simpsons. Anyway, guys, he's okay with them getting into it and doing some, you know, some hanky-panky, so to speak. I left my baby in economy so I could fly business class. I feel terrible, but it was so relaxing. What kind of piece of garbage is this lady? We have to read about this idiot. Oh my goodness. Look at her. She left her baby with whoever. Who's this freaking person here? Do you mind watching my baby while I go drink champagne in business class? Because I just can't deal with her anymore. You know, I'm bringing her with me, but she's got to sit and coach, you know, and sleep there on whatever the frig that is. What is that? That's like the door. They put the baby right up against the emergency exit. Joanne, emergency exit in it. Joanne, can you please? She wanted to escape the mild cry club. God almighty. UK moms split opinions online. Split opinions? What an asshole, sorry, is actually saying that this is a good idea to leave your child? And if you're one of those people, shame on you. UK mom split opinions online after revealing that she flew first class on a transcontinental trip while her 11-month-old baby and boyfriend were in coach. Oh, she left the baby with the boyfriend. I guess that's okay, except if the boyfriend doesn't like you. And he's like, you lady, you're up there in first class. I'm back here with you dumb, whiny kid. It's not even my kid. You banged out somebody else and had a baby, and now I'm just coming along cleaning up the mess. And now you want me to take the baby, babysitter style? You couldn't get me a coach, you know, another first class ticket? We're sitting up there together. Leave the dumb kid back here, right? He's gonna be fine, he's gonna sleep through most of it, you know? If the baby cries, there are stewardesses around here and stewards. They will come by and they will feed the baby. They'll change the baby, you know? What's that? Oh, croup? Whatever, who cares? He's gonna deal with it, he's gotta get used to it. At some point in life, it's gotta get used to the sicknesses. Oh, I'm horrible for leaving them both. Am I horrible for leaving them both in economy? Yes, you jerk. Elise Coughlin. Yeah. In the caption and TikTok clip, which amassed 350,000 views, people are supporting this a-hole. The mother of one decided to treat herself. While she and her daughter, Prim, and boyfriend, Rob, were on the 11-hour flight from Paris to Los Angeles, Coughlin, emphasis on the first part, said she felt that she deserved the sky-high siesta. And it was one of the rare flights where she wasn't along with the child. I've never flown with anybody else. It's only been me and Prim, the traveler described in the clip. She thought of having help on the flight. It was amazing. So she asked her boyfriend, look, I banged out, remember Thomas? I banged him out, had the baby, Thomas's seed, my child, with me. I'm going on a trip, Los Angeles. You want to come with? You watch Prim. You keep it prim and proper back there. I'm going up into business, drinking up some champagne. 11 hours later, I'll see you over there. You better take care of my baby. All right? You better do it right. Because it's your child now. You have to take on all responsibility. You're my boyfriend. I thought of having a baby-free flight was music to my ears. I love that girl with all my heart, but not enough to sit with her for 11 hours on a flight to Los Angeles, guys. Flying long haul on your own with a baby